This video is going to be a rough one. It's going to be a real rough one because this has affected my channel. And if you look at my channel's numbers, you can really see how it affected me because I was getting hundreds of views, thousands of views on videos. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I was not even cracking 10 views on most of my videos. But guess what? I'm going to keep up the grind. I've got more channels than just this one too. So like, it's not that big a deal. I don't just do YouTube. I do all kinds of shit, man. YouTube just destroyed countless channels. What happened? What happened, Rev? Tell us about it.
So today's gonna be a pretty important video about YouTube as a platform and some major issues going on with the platform itself that's impacting not only content creators, but also the experience of viewers like yourself. So over the past month or so, I have noticed some very weird things going on.
Oh, this one's
YouTube,
crazy.
Not just with my channel, but also channels I follow. And recently, over the past couple of days, a lot of content creators have confirmed some of my suspicions. They have come out and talked about major problems going on with their channels. And these are content creators from all different types of backgrounds.
Oh yeah, we're going to get into it. We're going to get into a little bit of my, like my channel analytics. Not going to get too much into it. We're going to get into it a little bit though.
And sizes where they're reporting very low viewership on their videos. Very unusual patterns involving views.
Like, I'm getting lower views on my recent videos than I was when I first started.
On videos. And this is something that likely had a little bit of a relation to what's going on with Twitch.
Maybe it'll get fixed.
Views are not counting over there in their attempt to crack down on bots. I think something similar is going on with YouTube. And to make matters worse,
I don't know, man. They did some weird stuff with the algorithm because I was getting real people watching my videos and they were commenting and I was commenting on them and they were commenting back and it was like actual real interactions. I'm not getting any of that anymore.
To their systems have now made it so some people's content is just not showing up whatsoever, and it's pretty bad. So the first thing I want to talk about in this video,
so bad.
And I want everyone watching this to check this out for themselves.
Yes,
YouTube
please.
has made
anybody watching this, if there is anybody watching this, please check this because this is crazy. I already checked it.
Changes to the restricted mode that is available on everyone's account. And what this does is it determines whether or not content is mature. Now, the issue here is that a lot of people are reporting that this toggle is being turned on without the user's permission.
Yeah, and I think it's probably most likely being toggled on the app and toggled on TVs. On a desktop, it's easy to see it and tick it on and off. I don't know how to do it on the phone. I haven't tried, and I don't know how to do it on a TV. It's probably pretty complicated.
Meaning, what they're going to see on YouTube is severely restricted. So let me show you what I'm talking about here. So here's my channel, right? Everything's normal. If you go to your account, you can see this restricted mode. A lot of people are reporting that this is automatically on, and it's making a very big difference. Let me show you what happens when I turn on restricted mode. Now you might see here, this is using AI to filter out potentially mature videos. What does a mature video look like? No clue. Your guess is as good as mine.
Yep,
because
that's why it
seems
slippery.
like AI is just randomly targeting videos, labeling them as mature, and then if you have this toggle on...
Yeah, this is really going to affect all of the small creators, which makes up most of YouTube. Because they're going to be censoring themselves. They're going to be dumbing down their content so that they don't get flagged by the AI. And they're not going to know. It's just the AI isn't going to push their content. They're going to be like, oh, it's mature. Oh, they say offensive things that most people aren't going to like. Or at least the people that we want on this platform aren't going to like. So we're not going to push it out to people. And it's fucking weird and gross and disgusting. Gross and disgusting are the same thing. I think disgusting is worse than gross.
Those videos do not show up. Let me show you what happens when you activate restricted mode for my channel. Now, if you guys know me, I upload daily. So if there's any time where there is a gap between days and uploads, something's not right. And you can see, just scroll.
Let me tell you, I upload 3 to 5 times a day.
Scrolling through, about half of my videos are gone. It's not that they're not being promoted in the algorithm or recommended to people. They just don't exist if you have this toggle on.
Yeah, let's check mine out. Let's check mine out. All right. So here's my channel. I got my last few weeks, 1 view, 12 views. Holy shit, it cracked 10. 5 views, 4 views, 12 views. Holy shit, 22 views. That's recent. 6 views, 8 views, 7 views. Yeah, you see all that. And like it's all, you know, multiple uploads in a day, like I usually do and have for years. All right, and it usually works out just fine. And like I was getting, see, 2 weeks ago, I was getting a lot more than I'm getting now. 300. Some of them were getting almost 1,000. Some of them were going over 1,000 in some cases. Let's see if I can find one. Here's one right here. Yep, probably the biggest crash out of all time. Over 1,000. And I've made a few videos like this that didn't do anything. And it made no sense why that one worked and the other ones didn't. Except for it was recent. But check this out. Check this out. I've got restricted mode off. Let's just flip that on. How many videos are going to pop up? 1 month ago. 2 months ago. 2 months ago. 2 months ago. 3 months ago. 4 months ago. Almost none of my videos show up. Like, almost none, right? I bet, how far do I have to scroll down to get my entire catalog of videos? Oh, it gets into my old music reaction content. Oh man, some of this content, man, oh, it's so old. When I used to have a beard. Yep, there it is. The beginning of my channel 2 years ago. That's crazy. Just right here, my entire catalog of videos. Insanity. All right, let's get back to the Rev video.
So if YouTube is, whether accidentally or intentionally turning this toggle on for people, it is severely limiting what content you can see. And again, this is like half of my videos, and it's pretty much the same case with a lot of people as well. You go back up here, you can see, turn off the restricted mode, and all of a sudden, the videos are back. And I'll give you another example. I chose It's a Gundam, because he has a similar number of subscribers, he uploads pretty frequently, and he's had issues with YouTube in the past, because I guess they consider him a little bit edgy or whatever, but looking at his channel, right, you can see the upload dates. 1 hour ago, 4 days ago, 12 days ago, 13 days ago, 13 days ago. It's all pretty consistent, but if you turn on restricted mode again, his most recent upload would be 12 days ago. About half of his content is gone if this is toggled on. And again, the issue is that YouTube is seemingly turning this toggle on without people's permission, and you won't even know it's on because it's not like there's a warning over the quote-unquote mature.
Yeah, and I think there's probably even another filter on top of that you can't toggle off, where they just don't push content they deem too offensive for small creators who are saying it. Bigger creators who have an audience, they don't care. It's like there's nothing you're really going to do about it.
Videos, they just don't show up at all. You won't be any the wiser. You just think, oh, they haven't uploaded in 12 days, when that's not the case. And also, again, these videos from my own
some kind of crazy bee in here
experience, they're not open in any way compromised. They're not age restricted. They're not demonetized. They're just regular videos that have been approved for all audiences. And they're being labeled as mature and then hidden for anyone who has this toggle on. Yep. It's very, very dangerous.
Yep, and I think there's more than that.
The route this is going, because you're having this wonky AI determining basically a second level of defense, and then complete.
I've tried to use this AI, by the way. The Gemini AI, I believe is what they're using, is garbage. It's fucking garbage.
Completely wiping that content right off of a channel. You can't even find the videos that are marked with this if you have this stuff enabled. But that was just part one here. There's been a lot of threads over the past couple of days of content creators sharing that they've had a massive drop off in viewership. And it's always something you talk about reluctantly, where it's like, anytime you say like, oh, viewership is down, something's going on with the algorithm or YouTube, people will just say you fell off, or, you know, people aren't watching.
Yeah, but when you got this many people coming out and saying it, and it's obvious if you look at my channel, like that, they were pushing my videos out randomly. It's not that I have an audience, it's they had a way that they were pushing out my channel because I'm a small creator, and then they stopped doing that.
Your videos anymore. And, you know, a lot of the time it is just how things are, right? There's slow days. slow weeks, even slow months where viewership might just be down. But
yeah,
here
not
we have
like
a time,
not like it is.
right on August 13th,
like
where countless channels
hasn't been like that so far. This is crazy. Yeah, August 13th. That's about when it really started. That's when I really started to notice some weird stuff going on with my views. It started with my shorts.
Had their viewership plummet out of nowhere. Either YouTube did something to the system, or countless content creators all just fell off on August 13th. It's been very wonky, and that was around the time where Twitch was doing their own bot purge that, by their own admission, went too far and is now not counting views from lurkers and people who are not quote-unquote engaged viewers. But things get more complicated, and there's some more evidence of this when you see people like Kirsha talking about this, Endymion talking about this, Smash JT, even Linus Tech Tips has been talking about this big drop-off in viewership over the past month. And there was a video by Second Wind going through this and also really highlighting the randomness behind all of this, where views are just very turbulent at the moment. I think
it's almost like it's being controlled by an AI. Isn't that crazy? How it's just like random, like it's being controlled by an AI that's random.
That's the best way I can describe my own experience over the past month. It's like most videos are fine, like they're performing as they always will.
Mine aren't.
And then like the ones that get hit with something, they just tank. They fall on their face right out of the gate. And I'm not saying that.
It's like if I make I'm going to do a test. I'm going to make a few days of safe videos after this and see if they could get past the restricted filter and if they get views. And then I'll go back to making this content where it's more spicy, talking about topics like this, you know, and I'm going to see how it goes.
To complain, I am greatly appreciative of any level of viewership I get. It's just an observation, right? Things just aren't the same, and it's very bizarre. And I think a lot of it has to do with this sort of engaged viewer metric where they're only counting what they consider engaged viewers. Again, people who like, comment, or subscribe. The lurkers, so to speak, are the ones not counting, at least for viewership. But for ad revenue, I think they're definitely counting.
Nope.
They're still...
Not for me. Yeah, I ain't getting any ad revenue right now. Like, I'm getting cents.
Watching ads, and it's still triggering ads.
I'm still
on YouTube,
here.
So
you ain't getting rid of me that easy, YouTube.
So yeah, there's still money going there, but their view is still not being counted.
I'm about to start uploading in other places. Like, legit, I am uploading to other places today. Like, this is where it starts, where I'm on everything. And in a couple weeks, I'm going to be live streaming also. And that's going to be crazy. Don't miss it, man. You want to be there for that. It's going to be a fucking event. It's going to be phenomenal.
I can say this.
I'm going to be a huge problem for the internet.
With my own channel, over the past, let's say, 3-4 weeks, there's been a pretty big hit on viewership. Again, not complaining, just an observation here.
I think a lot of people are going to be jumping ship soon. Again, every so often we get these movements where people just jump ship, and not really that they leave YouTube. It's more like they start focusing on other platforms. And I think it's going to happen again soon. That's why Rumble was created. That's why Kick was created in the first place. And I think they're probably going to get a huge spike in viewership soon.
And what's really weird, what makes no sense whatsoever, is during this period of lower viewership, my revenue, my ad revenue, has increased. That makes
That's crazy.
No sense.
Mine has very much decreased.
Especially if you're a YouTuber, you can share your own experience over the past month. If you have a drop off like that, you know your revenue is going to go down, but it's had the opposite effect. It literally makes no sense. In fact, there are some examples from the past month where a video has made like $10 per 1,000 views, which, in case you're not familiar with how that works, that is insanely high.
Yeah, that's a lot. I think mine's around $6, and mine's already kind of high.
What I think is happening is they're counting the ad revenue. They're counting what people are watching in terms of ads, but they're not counting as views. So you have these really disproportionate ad revenue rates for videos when you compare it to the views.
Yeah, it starts to really seem like Rumble, because Rumble's really disproportionate too, with its views.
Like nothing makes sense whatsoever. It's very, very bizarre what's going on here. And I think it's exactly what's going on with Twitch. It's no coincidence that also in August, there was a major crackdown on
Gunner Lord
Twitch where they were trying to go after view bots. And they were catching, some of those people have like 3,000 viewers, but literally not a single person talking in their chat. It did crack down on those, but it also cracked down on lurkers and quote unquote unengaged viewers, where yes, they're being counted for ad revenue. The ads they're watching are registering and producing revenue for the creator and the platform.
But they're not commenting or liking or anything like that. They're not actually like engaging with the platform. It's just background noise.
But their view is not being counted. They're not a live viewer.
Weird.
They're basically just kind of there, but not actually being received as a viewer. And I think the same thing is going on with YouTube. It's pretty much the only thing that can make any sense.
Which doesn't make sense because I have no idea. I have no idea how my channel's doing. It looks like it's doing bad. But my other channels are doing pretty good though. I don't get it. Like my gaming channel's got more viewership than it's ever had. My extra channel's got way more viewers than I thought it was going to have by this point because I like pretty much just started it. By the way, I got them both linked down there in the description. You should check them out.
At no point is YouTube going to pull back the curtain and tell us what's going on. They never do stuff like that. I think based on my own experience and what I'm hearing from other people, these people are watching videos. There are viewers, but only a certain number are being registered for the purposes of a view, which is weird because they're being counted for ad revenue, but not as a viewer. It's very strange. Again, people look at this and be like, nope, all you people who are saying the stuff, you fell off. You're complaining about the algorithm. I just know based on my own experience. I mean, I've been uploading daily for 5+ years. I have a pretty good sense of how things work. And the last month has been the most turbulent.
Yeah, people who are in different spaces who have nothing to do with each other are reporting the same things. So something is definitely going on.
And weird month I've ever had on this platform. And I know that's the experience for a lot of other people. And like I said, you're always reluctant to talk about views. It sounds like you're complaining, but these are just observations. And based on the restricted mode and how things are being messed with on YouTube, I think it's fair to talk about these things because it's not just impacting content creators, it's also impacting the experience you as a viewer are having. Some content's being hidden. Numbers are very misleading right now in terms of viewership.
I have noticed that even what's being recommended to me in my feed is different. Also my shorts, it kept recommending me the same videos. Something's broken about it. I kept getting the same videos over and over again. But it'd be from a different account. It'd be the exact same video, and it'd just be like I'd scroll down a few times and then get the same exact video. It was crazy. Like, I don't know what's going on over there at YouTube. They need to figure some shit out.
Everything is very bizarre, and I think people have a right to know about this. And again,
yeah, I think AI is breaking everything. Honestly, I think that's what's happening.
I don't think anyone at YouTube is going to come forward and talk about this.
No.
But hopefully they fix
I think it's going to get worse. Hopefully they fix it, but I think maybe they fix it and something else is going to get worse.
Figure something out because it's been very turbulent and unreliable in terms of what they're presenting you with views and things like that. It just doesn't seem like anything's really adding up. And I think a lot of this has to do with changes to their algorithm, how they're using AI, as well as their fight to try to determine people's ages based on their search history and the videos they're watching. That is something that a lot of people forgot about. That was a month ago as well, where they're now trying to determine your age based on the content.
Which is, it's such shit, man. I mean, I get it if you think there's kids on the platform. I don't think that you should do that, but like, I get it. But I think they're going to be pushing content for 30-year-olds to people who are 30-year-olds. You know what I mean? Sometimes I don't want to watch just that content. Sometimes I want to watch something from some 60-year-old guy. It's like they're deciding what content that I want to watch. And it didn't used to be like that. They used to pull stuff and be like, hey, you want to watch this? And and you'd be like, maybe, yeah, it looks interesting, and you click it. And now it's like, actually, no, you want to watch this. This is what I think that you would most likely want to watch. And I don't like that. I don't like that it's trying to figure out what I want to watch. I'd rather decide for myself, because you never know when you want to watch something that's completely outside of your realm. And you're not going to get that with a system that is curated just for you. Perfect videos every time. Then you're just going to get all of the same videos over and over again.
You consume, and if you fail the test, I guess, you have to show identification. There's a lot of things going on with YouTube. I think it's made things very chaotic and unstable, and
making it
there's
sucky.
Just something not right about YouTube recently, and I'm not complaining. I'm doing very well. Everything's great, but it is different.
I'm complaining.
You have to be able to look at things for what they are.
Fuck YouTube.
I think something's a little bit up here, but I'm glad I'm not the only one, because I thought I was going a little crazy, but no, like looking around.
Yeah, shit's getting all topsy-turvy, man. We're going sideways. The ship is sinking. We've gone off the rails. We've hit the end of the crash course. Like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell for all notifications. YouTube is broken. They need to fix it. See you in the next one.